Right, so we got Hull Tuesday night in the next round of the Cup, which should be interesting. It'd be very interesting to see if Bowen plays, and if he does, how long, if he comes on from the bench and scores the winner. So he's put us through. He was obviously the most important player for the last few seasons, and unfortunately, with him gone, they've basically been relegated. That signing sent them down. Fantastic goal scorer in the Championship, and you can see just how good he is with his performances for us. I don't think he's ever had a bad game since he's signed for the club, and he's just been quality. And obviously Hull missed that, and they probably made a bit of money out of the the transfer, maybe brought in a few players here and there. But they're struggling at the moment, as far as I know. And we've even having to pay for their COVID testing prior to the game, which is funny that we're paying for it, considering we've got no money ourselves, which is sort of makes you laugh in some ways. But this is another chance for us to progress in the Cup, and as most fans say, that we want a Cup run, and I certainly would love a Cup run. It'd probably be one of our only chances to try and get anywhere near winning silverware without, going for the Premier League or Europe, which I hope won't happen for many, many years. Look at the current situation at the club. So it's another team in League One who are going to, show that they want to. They're either going to show up or they're not. I think Charlton went through the motions a little bit, and we just took advantage of them and put them away pretty easily. I'm not so sure that David Moyes will set out exactly the same team. He might do. Anderson didn't play that much against Arsenal, nor did Haller. They got 5 minutes at the most, and Cullen will probably play again. So he might well go with an exact, the same team, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Hull might want it more than Charlton's thing too. So form-wise, we're pretty poor at the moment, apart from the Cup. Newcastle was a complete write-off. Results-wise, they just scored and we couldn't really get at them. We've been quite unlucky, I think, by hitting the bar 3 times in 2 league games, and that shows that when he lucks out, he lucks out. Antonio could have had a hat-trick against Arsenal on another night, and it's gutting that we didn't get anything from that game when I think we fully deserved to, and it's just those fine margins that stop us getting anywhere really at the moment. And it's something that's got to be looked at. But I'm behind David Moyes, and I think that he'll want to go far in this Cup. He'll want to prove that he can take West Ham to another level. Whether it's the next level, but it'll be another level. To go on a Cup run like we did under Alan Pardew, and hopefully get the final. I've got nothing against the League Cup. It's another cup. I put it in the same bracket as the FA Cup right now, because a lot of top teams, they don't see it as being a major trophy at the moment. They see it as being like a bonus trophy, if you know what I mean. Their focus is more on the league and Europe. So for teams like us who are trying to just get into a top 10 position, and build from there, Cup's perfect thing to find some success in. And if we can bring through the youth players as well as use the fringe players to our best benefit, then we should do all right. Unfortunately, I hear that the rules state that if we beat Hull, we've got Everton away or Fleetwood Town away, and West Ham never really do good away up north. We tend to make quite a bit of a hash of it most of the time, and it's a bit like, well, we get through this and we get knocked out by Everton. I'm not too confident about going away to Everton or Fleetwood, for that matter. It's an away game, but you got to beat the teams to get there and to be successful. So I'm hoping we beat Hull tomorrow night. I'm not saying we're beating them. I'm not just going to go, yeah, it'd be another 3-0 easy win, because they never are that easy. So you don't get 2 easy games straight after the other. I think many teams have proved that in the last 2 games since the Premier League started, let alone in general. So if we can put out a good team with the same mentality as we did against Charlton, we should have no problems getting past Hull. No disrespect to them at all. But we should do. And hopefully we can go on from there. Possibly have a new signing by the time we play Hull or just after. I don't expect it to be. James Tarkowski is very closely linked, but I doubt we'll get him because we're not offering enough, and he doesn't seem that keen to come to London. Could be wrong, could be signing 5 minutes after this video goes out. I look like a complete muppet. So I'm confident we'll beat Hull, and it will give us some momentum going into the Wolves game, which in my opinion we have to get a result out of just to kickstart our season, because it's just gutting the Arsenal result. We didn't get anything from it. So fingers crossed we're successful and we can move on to Wolves at home and Everton away. Fingers crossed. Come on your eyes.
Hello everyone, I am Old Grandpa Joe, and this is my little section for the preview on this channel for West Ham versus Hull City in the Carabao Cup, third round at the London Stadium. And I tell you what, we've made a pretty good start to the season. I'm not sure how many of you guys are watching at home will have been tracking our start to the season, but we have played some fantastic football. Against Sunderland in the first round of the Carabao Cup, we weren't very good and got lucky on penalties. Matt Ingram, the goalkeeper, made some fantastic saves for us, and he saved a penalty from Will Grigg, on fire. He wasn't in that game though, which did go some of the way to helping us get the win, because we had one shot on target in that game. Well, statistically we had one, but in my eyes we didn't have a single shot on target because the header was so tame. But we got the win regardless. We moved on to Leicester under 23s in the EFL Trophy. We played pretty much a youth side, barring 2 players, and we were the better team. We got very unlucky at the end with a harsh penalty given against us, which George Hurst, son of former Sheffield Wednesday forward David Hurst, scored. And it's just one of those unlucky ones where some refs would have given it, as the ref did on that day, and some refs didn't. But then we'd move on, we'd put that behind us and go to Gillingham in the league. First game of the League One season, travelled down to London, visited the Priestfield Stadium, and we were brilliant. You know, Matt Ingram, the goalkeeper, made some fantastic saves. The only reason he's been playing is because George Long, our goalkeeper, our number 1, got injured in pre-season. He took a stud to the right hand, so he's been injured. But Matt, he's come in, played fantastically. He's been very, very solid. And let's be real, he deserves to stay as he deserves to stay as number 1. I'm just going to word it like that. He deserves to stay as number 1 now that George Long's back fit again. Expect either of them to play in the game at the London Stadium, but Matt Ingram will probably feature a lot more in the league because he's in good form, he's high on confidence, and goalkeeping is a lot about it's majority confidence is what I'm trying to say. If you've got confidence, you'll believe that you can take on anything. And that's what Ingram's got at this moment. Then after the Gillingham game where we won 2-0 thanks to goals from Keane Lewis-Potter and Josh McGuinness, went on to play Leeds. Leeds made 11 changes from their 4-3 defeat at Liverpool. We made 6, and we played them off the park for 93 minutes. But in the last minute of added time in the second half, Alioski just put it in. It's so unlucky, and it got to penalties, and I thought, we're not going to win this. We're not going to win this. You know, Alioski hit the post for them. Then Louis Coyle, on his debut, missed. But Jamie Shackleton had a penalty. It was tame. Ingram saved it. And we got through to the next round, courtesy of Alfie Jones, former Southampton centre-back, taking his penalty fantastically. 2 penalty shootouts out of 15 penalties that we've taken in the shootouts this season, and in this season on the whole. We've scored 14 of them, all 15 being taken by different players. And we've only got 1 injury at this point. in terms of team news for us, only one injury. That's striker Tom Eaves. He's picked up an ankle injury in the Sunderland Carabao Cup game, so he'll be missing for about 2 to 3 months, which is a shame. But just one of the things which you've got to roll with the punches, is what I'm trying to say. We've made some fantastic signings this summer. Malik Wilks got him permanently. We had him on loan last season. He scored 2 in his last 2 games, and he's playing better as a number 9, as a main man, instead of being out on the left or out on the right. Signed Festus Arter, young defender from Stockport, I believe Crystal Palace and teams such as that in the Premier League were after him, so we've done very well to bring him in. We've brought in Louis Coyle, Hull lad, formerly of Leeds, formerly of Fleetwood, brought him in from Fleetwood, and on his debut he was fantastic. Another player, Josh Emmanuel, right back, signed from Bolton. Him and Coyle, McCann got a selection headache at right back because they've both, when they've played, looked fantastic. I reckon it'll be Louis Coyle who features in this game. We've brought in Richie Smallwood. He's got experience at this level. Yeah, brought in Richie Smallwood on a free. He's our captain now. Fantastic player. He knows League One very well. Signed Greg Docherty from Rangers. He has covered every single blade of grass on the pitch since he's signed. He doesn't stop running. We've brought in Alfie Jones as well from Southampton, who I mentioned a few seconds ago. And we've also brought in Thomas Meyer in the, I believe, Austrian second division last season. In 29 games, he scored 6 goals and got 15 assists, and he assisted Malik Wilks' header against Crewe at the weekend to secure our 1-0 win. In terms of where we need to strengthen, Grant McCann, the manager, is looking at signing another striker, and he's also looking at signing a central midfielder. There's not many strikers on the market though, so that's the worry. And we have been linked with Ollie Rathbone of Rochdale. We've been linked with Herbie Kane, who we had last season on loan from Liverpool. We've been linked with numerous other players as well. Whether you believe them or not is up to you, because some of them are from some very questionable sources. But we're looking good this season. Now, in terms of you lot, you've got through to the next round of this competition, beating Charlton. I don't think you'll walk over us as easy as you walked over Charlton, but I still think you will get the win. But our confidence is high, so I think it will be a 2-1 win to West Ham. But I really, really could see it being a tight game that is won quite late on. If we play the way we played against Leeds, I think Sebastian Haller, who scored in the last round, might struggle. And obviously you've got Jared Bowen. And after he left, that's why we're in League One. I miss that man. Anyway, that's it from me. I've been old Grandpa Joe. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
For West Ham fans everywhere, this is the ultimate football app for you. Never miss a thing with the latest West Ham news, gossip and social stories as they break. Download the free COY Irons app now from the App Store and Google Play.